Yes, it is.
Well, I'd like to look at the estimate
I gotta
first.
get to that first, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll like it, ladies. Yeah, you'll like it. You'll wanna go with me. But yeah, I haven't even had time to type it up yet. But at least I have, oh, you know what, I need your email address.
Okay.
So I can email it to you. Hey, I just popped in your phone for the first time. Really? Oh, wow, good for you. I'm just gonna, do you need any of the backup paperwork references or any of that stuff?
Or we
I
could
have a
go
whole
with
packet,
Earthquake.
but that I'll bring.
Okay, and on the front, and then we're gonna add.
I've been doing this for
Scott
20 years,
Ransom
you can trust me.
I do.
I just plugged it in for the first time.
You did?
Out front?
Oh, I missed it. I was kind of in a hurry to get in here.
Okay, so the first time I plug it in,
Not from me.
I leave all my debit cards. So I called my assistant, I said, bring me my debit card. Of course, she doesn't get there in time, so I have to borrow Al's debit card. But it's so cute. Did you see it on Facebook?
Yeah, I did. I'll have to, when I leave, I'll
Near
have to check
Blairsville,
it
I
out.
don't know if you even told me.
We're after some.
I'll frazzle.
It's all rainy and hot out there.
I'd like to call the Tuesday, May 21st meeting to order. Our invocation will be led by our city attorney, Mr. Tom Trask, and our pledge will be led by Girl Scout Troop 1817. If you can please rise.
Heavenly Father, we come humbly before you in a time of a natural disaster. The deaths and injuries of those who were caught in the wake of the recent tornadoes in Oklahoma burden our hearts. We pray that you will comfort the families of those who were injured and welcome those who have died into your heavenly kingdom. We are hopeful that your grace and love will be with those who have suffered and with those present here today who share in their pain and loss. This we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Come up here if you'd like. Whenever you're ready.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, girls. Thank you. Girl Scout Troop 1817.
Have them introduce themselves.
Go ahead. Stand up and tell us your name. Nice. Well, thank you for coming. Hope you enjoy yourself. We're supposed to ensure that you have one dispute, so we'll have to figure out what we're going to get in an argument about. As our city attorney said, again, our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in the city of Moore. I'm sure you watched it like I did, and I watched all the schools, and today got to go to Oldsmar Elementary, and it just made me think, how lucky we are. And one of the schools got completely demolished, and luckily nobody was killed at that school, but they did lose some throughout. But the number went down from, I think, 51 to about 21. So our thoughts and prayers go out to them. I also want to acknowledge, it may not happen, but Vice Mayor Miller may stand up periodically. She had back surgery, and if you see her stand, her back might be getting stiff, so she's not running out on us.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to sit for any length of time.
I told her just to tell everybody that I pinched her and she
Jerry, cut it out.
Our first item is our Community Redevelopment Agency, and it is to schedule a work session for our Market Square project, and our proposed date is, oh, I'm sorry, I skipped right over our Citizens Open Forum. Maybe it was because you were here. This is our Citizens Open Forum, where you have a chance to address the council. We ask that you keep it to no more than 5 minutes. Don't speak towards anything on the agenda, and state for the record your name and address, please. Anybody on this side? Yes, sir.
556 Dove Terrace. Very simple and quick. You're aware that the lights were supposed to be synchronized, coming all the way out of Gull Air, going all the way up to Racetrack Road. Well, they're only synchronized at night. Now, I've been on the phone with them. I started this over a year and a half ago, and they're done work. And at night, they seem to be synchronized. In the daytime or in the morning, forget it. So I just wonder if you can goose them a little, and I'll get out of your hair.
I've talked with this about the light, what is it right there at Starbucks, and then the light at Gull Air, and that whole series of lights, and the light at Tampa Road, and it's just a mess. And I go that way, and they aren't synced.
In the morning, what I do now is I used to leave the house to go to work out at 9:30. I leave at 7:30, 8 o'clock now. And even then, I mean, the worst one is Forest Lakes. And there's a lot of traffic, I'm well aware of that, but maybe you can get them to come back and, synchronize these things better. That's all I'm asking, that's all.
Yeah.
Richard, you probably know that all of the traffic signals on the state roads are owned and operated by Pinellas County.
Yes, sir.
And the only thing we would do is say, we got a complaint from a resident. And
All right, look,
because
I understand.
Yeah.
I've been, as I said, I started this a long
a
time
few
ago.
years in governmental agencies yourself. And
And the other thing, I wish you a very happy, healthy Memorial Day weekend. And I'm leaving town.
Oh, then it will be a happy one. I'm kidding.
Thanks, Richard.
Anybody else on this side? Anybody on this side? Jerry?
Jerry Custin over Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, 101 State Street, Oldsmar. Oh, I wouldn't even say that, but I'll have to second his. Got my second cataract surgery yesterday, 5:30 in the morning. I think I hit by 4 lights on the way. So that's even in the morning. But I didn't realize you had so many lights in here. This is good.
You know what color the walls are, too,
Oh, you
right?
actually wear colored dresses. This is cool. I like this. So that part of the surgery is working good. But since Richard Ruby's out of town, we're going to have a great festival over the weekend. Freedom Fest right here, right next to City Hall. 8 great bands do that. And for Mr. Beaverland, I did talk to John Fulton today, the band director at Eastlake High School. We've been going back and forth sending emails, and we will on Sunday have a Memorial Day tribute, and elements of the Eastlake High School band will be there to play the national anthem, taps, and do a few other patriotic songs. So,
Wonderful.
so we're going to get them there. So it should be a good weekend, and the weather looks good.
Good, good.
Thanks, Jerry.
That's all I have to say.
Jerry.
Anybody else in the room wish to address the council? Thank you. Our first item on the agenda is our Community Redevelopment Agency, which is scheduled a work session for our Market Square project, and I don't have the date written down.
20th, 25th, or 27th?
of June, 4 p.m.
I have to ask you guys something, if I may. I don't go back to the doctor until the 25th of June, and I really can't sit for a long time. And I mean, can we make this after the 20? Can we make this the first part of July?
Well, do we think it's going to be a
Are
long?
you talking about the city planning session or the?
This is the Market Square.
This is the Market Square thing. No, I'm talking this.
Oh, you want to push it back after June?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I want to do both of them actually, because, I mean, I can't do anything on the 13th. I couldn't
So
sit there
July?
from 9
That's
to
all right.
4.
Can we do
You know,
that?
but that, I mean, that's up to you guys.
I mean, I know
I'm
I
just
can't do the
asking.
27th because I'm out of town that day, but I would be
Can-
fine with July if that's possible.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with July too.
Yeah, it depends on what would it be? July.
You can make it almost any day in the
That's,
week.
yeah, I was just looking to see what we have.
Oh, I really appreciate it.
That's fine, yeah. That's okay with everybody else.
Oh,
Schedule it
We can pick a date at the next meeting.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Okay,
good.
Fourth meeting.
yeah, we'll figure the dates and schedule
Okay.
it the next one then.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yep.
So that's postponed then.
Correct.
Okay.
Our next item is the consent docket, which is approve the minutes of the March 5th, 2013 City Council meeting, approve payment to legal counsel, and authorize the city manager to purchase vehicle on the Sheriff's Association, Florida Association of Counties, and Florida Firefighters Association contract for Utilities Division. Anybody wish to pull anything? And need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Thank you. Next item is the City of Oldsmar. Presentation of the Council Manager Award, and that's Councilmember McGee.
Is there something else? Can we do the proclamation next? Because Dorothy's daughter was stuck on Interstate 4
Yeah, yeah,
going through
okay,
Malfunction
sure.
Junction.
Yeah, let's
Thank
do
you
this
so
then.
much. Thank you.
Then we'll skip to the presentation of the proclamation for EMS Week, and I'll go ahead and read that.
Yeah.
Emergency Medical Service Week, whereas emergency medical services are a vital public service, and whereas the members of emergency medical service teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury, and whereas The emergency medical service system consists of emergency physicians, emergency nurses, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, firefighters, educators, administrators, and others. And whereas the members of emergency medical services, whether career or volunteer, engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their living, life-saving skills, and whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and service accomplishments of emergency medical service providers by designating Emergency Medical Service Week. Now therefore, I, Doug Beavis, Mayor of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, do hereby proclaim the week of May 19th to the 25th, 2013 as Emergency Medical Service Week with the theme EMS, One Mission, One Team. I encourage the community to observe this week with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities dated this day, the 21st day of May 2013. Doug Beavis, Mayor.
They were all out there, but they got a call. They did. They were parked and everything, and then they all had to run to the truck and leave.
Well, I think we'll leave it in we'll leave it in your fine hands since you put a jacket on.
I'd just like to say thank you very much for the proclamation.
Yep.
Last year we ran, hold on, I gotta get my crib notes out. I was gonna say last year we ran 1,247 EMS calls in the city. And of those, our average response times were 4 minutes and 24 seconds. And our average out of station time was 59 seconds to get out of the station. Wow. So the guys that work at the department really care about what they do. They do a good job. They make me look good every day. And they really do an excellent job for the citizens of Oldsmar.
Oh, tell us who you are.
Oh, that would help. My name's Aaron Gonzalez, and I've been working here for about 28 years. I'm a second generation, actually third generation firefighter. Found out from my aunt the other day that my cousin was a firefighter in Cuba. So I did not know that. That was kind of cool. But yeah, I've been here for a long time. I love working for the city. It's been a great job for me, and doing the EMS, and I think it helps people when you show up and you work in the city and you live in the city. I was born and raised here. My aunt and uncle live here, or did live here. So, but it's been a long time working here, so it's been good. But the guys were here, but they actually are out on calls now, so they weren't able to be here. So,
thank you. Congratulations.
He gave his name? He did give his name? Oh, okay.
We just go on and whatever,
We'll fix it.
just wait till she gets here.
Good. Oh, thank you, guys. That's
We do have
nice.
the greatest fire department around, I got to tell you that.
Yeah,
So
we do.
definitely proud of them. Next item, we'll skip over our city or council manager award and go to the city attorney.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, council members, item number 7 on your agenda is the second reading and public hearing of ordinance 2013-08. I'll read that by title only. Ordinance 2013-08, an ordinance of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, amending section 3.3.14.1 of Article 3 of the Land Development Code of the City of Oldsmar to incorporate the Tampa Road Corridor Plan and Tampa Road Corridor Architectural Guidelines identified as Appendix 3 to the Land Development Code and providing for an effective date hereof. That was the second and final reading of ordinance 2013-08 by title only.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. Is there anything from staff? Nothing. This is a public hearing. Anybody from the public wish to address in favor or against this ordinance? Seeing no one, I'll close the public hearing. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
I need a second.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Beaverland?
Yes,
Councilmember Miller?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Miller, I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Councilmember McKee? Councilmember Norris?
Yes.
Mayor Beavis?
Aye.
Second and final reading of ordinance 2013-08, amending the Land Development Code to include Tampa Road architectural guidelines is passed with 5 votes for and 0 against.
All right, item number 8 on the agenda is second reading and public hearing of ordinance 2013-09. I'll read that by title only as well. Ordinance 2013-09, an ordinance of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, amending subsection 5.9.1.2 of Section 5.9.1 of Article 5 of the Land Development Code of the City of Oldsmar to establish a PUD overlay district, amending subsection 5.9.1.5 of Section 5.9.1 of Article 5 of the Land Development Code of the City of Oldsmar to address approval of the PUD overlay development, creating Section 5.9.6 titled PUD Overlay Planned Unit Development within Article 5 of the Land Development Code of the City of Oldsmar to establish the purpose, definition, requirements, and criteria of the PUD Overlay District and providing for an effective date hereof. That was the second and final reading of ordinance 2013-09 by title only.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. Do we have any staff comments first?
Lori Dauphinay, Planning and Redevelopment Director. I just wanted to reiterate that this is really a housekeeping ordinance. It's consistent with the town center regulations with regards to planning and development. And the reason that we have asked you to consider this is the current RPD ordinance was really adopted in the 80s, and there really isn't any large parcels of property that you could develop under the RPD guidelines. So I think the planning and development really is more appropriate at this time, in this day and age with the, smaller parcels of property that we have. And that's why we're recommending approval. So if you have any questions.
Thank you. I don't have any questions, staff. Anybody else have questions for staff?
No.
Thank you. I'll address that. The letter?
Yeah, I think we should address the letter.
I was going to acknowledge if you want to discuss it, we can. We do want to acknowledge that we received an email just prior to the meeting about 4:30. We have all read it, including the city manager and the city attorney, and have read that. Feel free to discuss if you would
I'd just
like.
like to comment. I know what the planner has said. I like if there's a comment from the city manager or the city attorney to address the letter, I think this is the time to do it.
Well, I don't think that the ordinance actually gives up any control. If something is going to receive the PUD overlay, which we currently only have that option in the CRA, in the community redevelopment area.
Mm-hmm.
So this would give us that option, apply anywhere in the city. But probably not likely that it would be used in commercial or industrial. More likely it would be residential. It doesn't change any land use. If somebody wanted to change from commercial to residential or vice versa, of course, that requires a land use amendment.
Which has to go through the county for that.
Yes, that's right. And so really, as Ms. Dauphinay pointed out, the RPD, the residential plan development as it exists now, was established with the idea of building a relatively large subdivision, and still areas of the city have that zoning, like Harbor Palms and some others. So when you have a smaller parcel of either vacant land, which we still have some, might be 10 acres or 5 acres, or redevelopment of existing parcels, the current code doesn't really fit something like that. If you go back to Harbor Palms was built in the 70s, or up to like parts of Cypress Lakes, the preserve, or some of those that were built in the 90s, then the ordinance on the books addressed that kind of a development. But it doesn't really fit something where you have a smaller project that might be 50 units or 30 units or something like that. So that's the primary purpose behind the proposed ordinance.
So it actually wouldn't change a whole lot for anything anything bigger than 40 or 50 units.
I think that would be unlikely.
That's what I mean.
That they would try and use this provision.
Where is that?
Okay, let me ask you, could they use this provision for that?
They could. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the end goal is to make it easier to do business with Oldsmar. I think that the staff had some challenges in the past, and I know that Denise had mentioned, that we can make some revenue off of doing variances and things of that nature, but, not only is that time consuming for the business owners, it's also time consuming for Marie and the city staff. So I just wanted to address a few of the things that she pointed out. I mean, how does it affect the setbacks and things of that nature in the future? Because I know that was a big concern for Wellington.
The setbacks could change with a planned unit development. In other words, they wouldn't have to meet what the underlying zoning setback is.
Okay.
But the revenue part of it, I think, is pretty immaterial. I think how it could make the process go better is that if you have a project that requires 7 variances, instead of having 7 variances to evaluate and review, you just look at the total project and say, as a planned unit development, this fits the intent of the zoning district and
Always
what we
keep in
want to see
mind
done
that
here.
it comes to this council.
So,
And actually, all of those questions would be addressed, not by, in the finality of it, not by the planner, but by this council.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, I think we found at the Wellington project that we found that it didn't quite fit, the intent of what it was originally written for, and that's hence the variances and the time consumption of, doing it and things like that. To put a public park in a very small development like that just doesn't make sense, and so, I mean, I think that's kind of what we found. I also would like to address a comment. I just wanted to know that we did receive the letter, and one of the comments was that, while the current leadership may be us and the current city manager and city attorney, we don't really know what the future is. And the only answer to that is we don't ever know what the future council or city manager makeup is going to look like. They didn't know 10 years ago what it was going to look like today, and we don't know today what it's going to look like 10 years from now. But we got to do things kind of, what I think is the best overall fit, as Councilmember McGee said, to make it an easy way to do business with the city. And I mean, I think that kind of does this by,
In my experience, what's happened today is a whole lot better than what happened 40 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
when you were mayor.
Doug, I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'll be honest, I was in a meeting with the city at the time that this email came in. When this email came in, I did get a text saying that she was caught in traffic, so I just now read this for the first time. And so my question would be, what validity is there to some of her concerns as to the residents not having say? And are we changing it from the PUD to the RPD because we don't have any larger parcels anymore where a PUD is even possible? And we're changing it down to the RPD because it gives more flexibility there for the developers or
It's the other way around.
It's the other way around.
Right.
Well, actually, the residents still have a way to say, because it has to come before the city council
Yeah.
on a public hearing, 2
right.
public hearings.
Was this citizen planning on being here at the public hearing?
By the letter, I would guess, but it doesn't sound,
Wanted to be here.
Okay, so,
I got it at 5:30 or 6 o'clock, so.
I mean, would it be possible to put the second reading and final decision
I
off to
don't
the
think
next
I don't
meeting?
think that's necessary.
Well, she wanted us to read it before we voted.
Well,
And at 4:30, I'm just now reading it, I haven't even,
my answer to that would be, if it doesn't pass by vote, we could do it that way, or we could postpone it. But we've asked the city attorney and city manager and the staff,
And it is the second
and
reading.
it's the second reading.
If it doesn't pass this one, it's out.
Yeah, right, correct. There was no.
oh, so we can't postpone it till the next meeting so that we could look into it a little bit further, is that what you're saying? We would not be able to do that?
Yes, you have the ability to do that, if that's what you wanted to do.
Well, I think that might be prudent. And
Why?
well, I think that it would give the residents a little bit more time and, well, me for one, because I just got this, I just read this, to read it. I mean, is there a rush to do this before the next meeting? Would it hurt anything for us to postpone it to the next meeting? Just to give a little bit more time and to give the citizen the time to come and address the council?
And I'll give you my comment, and we could always, I guess, entertain a motion to postpone, but my comment would be the time to do this would have been at the first reading so that we could have time to research it for the second reading and have answers for it, not at the second reading.
The time for her to do this?
Correct. Not her, kind of anybody, and to get it at 4:30 in the afternoon. or
Because
5
she couldn't make it here. She wanted to address the council. Well, I would be up for postponing it for 2 more weeks. It's not going to hurt anything to postpone it for 2 more weeks to give this citizen a chance.
Well, I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I will second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion?
I'm just curious how many did read the letter, because I know I read it.
All right,
Reading it right
I
now.
brought the letter to the city attorney and to the,
and they both read
and
it.
they both read it, and
Maria,
Marie's read it.
Well, we have a motion and a second,
Oh,
so.
yeah, I mean, I want to give you your opportunity to read it, so. And Janice needs time
And
to
Janice
read
hasn't
it.
read it
read it.
either. It's not gonna hurt for 2 more weeks.
No, I don't care. I'm reading it now.
Well, we have a motion and a second on postponing the final vote until the next council
Got to
meeting.
vote on it now.
motion and a second. All in favor of postponing?
I don't.
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
Nay?
What the heck?
What?
More
What's your
time,
vote?
Janice?
What's your vote?
No, I voted yes.
Yes to postpone? Okay.
Good. So the vote was 3-2 to postpone.
No.
No, I said
I'm
those,
voting with
voting
you.
against, and you voted,
You don't need more time, is what you're saying.
right.
No, I'm not voting against. I'm voting for her amendment, for
Okay,
her.
so you're voting aye.
That's what
Okay.
you just said.
Thank you, Janice. We got you.
This ain't gonna make a big of difference, it's not gonna make
No, but
a bit of difference.
It'll just give them a little more time
That's
to
fine.
read
I mean,
it.
that's the,
We're here for this.
But
That's
who
the
does it
procedure we
give-
have.
Who does it give time to?
Well, it gives time to Linda and Janice,
And
so they can
Lyndon,
review her
and also
concerns.
this person that wanted to address the council. She wanted to address the
This
council.
every time?
We're not doing it every
You'll
time.
never
We're doing
get
it this
anything
time,
done.
Jerry.
It's kind, you've already passed it, so it's fine.
No, I mean, I'm not saying for her to address the council, because she did address the council today. I'm just saying I voted yes because, if Linda and Janice want a little more time to review
I'm
her
fine with that.
concern.
Yeah, I'm not good with
I'm okay with
voting
that.
on something without really reading. I'm reading it now. That's not right.
You're correct.
You-
That's fine.
Whoa.
Next
You're
week?
voting on something that's been in your packet for a week.
Not this
No.
email.
This email came at 5:30 tonight.
Came in at 4:30 and I was in a meeting over across the
As
street.
we get that people don't like things, you're gonna give everybody this, no, wait, back up, Gerald. It's already passed. Shut up. I'm quiet.
Schedule that for our next meeting?
It'll come back.
The second reading? Okay. Thank you.
So it was postponed till June 4th.
Correct.
okay.
Okay, so we're moving along. Item number 9 then. Second reading and public hearing of ordinance 2013-10. I'll read that by title only. Ordinance 2013-10, an ordinance of the city of Oldsmar, amending the land use designation on that certain real property described as Block 16, Lot 15, Block 17, Lot 14, Block 18, Lot 13, Block 19, Lot 11, West Oldsmar, Section 1, from county designation of residential urban to city designation of residential urban, and providing for an effective date. That was the second and final reading of ordinance 2013-10 by title only.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. Does staff wish to make any comments first? Thank you. Anybody from the public wish to address this item? Seeing no one, we'll close the public hearing. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
I need a second.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
No.
Please call the roll.
Councilmember Beaverland?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Miller?
Aye.
Councilmember McKee?
Aye.
Councilmember Norris?
Yes.
Mayor Beavis?
Aye.
Let's
Second and final reading of ordinance 2013-10, establishing land use for recently annexed West Oldsmar properties from county residential urban to city residential urban is passed with 5 votes for and 0 against.
Item number 10, ordinance, second reading and public hearing of ordinance 2013-11. I'll read that by title only. Ordinance 2013-11, an ordinance of the city of Oldsmar, Florida, rezoning certain real property described as Block 16, Lot 15, Block 17, Lot 14, Block 18, Lot 13, Block 19, Lot 11, West Oldsmar, Section 1, from Pinellas County zoning designation of R4, 1, 2, and 3 family residential district to the city of Oldsmar's zoning designation of R3, residential 2 and 3 family district, and providing for the effective date. That was the second final reading of ordinance 2013-11 by title only.
Is this the Snyder or no?
No, we've already had that. This is the second reading.
The second, okay. I need this is a public hearing. Does staff wish to address it? Anybody from the public? Go ahead. Jerry?
I don't want to address this one, but the whole process, it just hit me. The very first one hit me, and I'll tell you all something that I think you'll be happy with. The whole process here is really great. With the Tampa Road architectural guidelines, about 12 years ago, down in Town and Country, they put an overlay district in. And they haven't had the improvements that they wanted. They had to do some things, and we worked down there with the community plan, and they've had a couple buildings go in. They changed from an Albertsons to a Publix, and they did a little different architecture. They had an Aldi come in, a little different architecture come in. We're finally deciding that they would need some architectural standards in a process like this. So one of the county planners came, and I had a meeting last week, and they were talking about putting some standards in. You know what I did? I sent them the Tampa Road architectural guidelines. Okay?
You have to help them. You have to help them.
Exactly. And all I'm telling you is the process that you have here is good, because you're able to bring citizens in, you listen to them, you do things, and you get really good things done. When we have to work over in Hillsborough County, it's different. I can't go to a body like this to do that. I mean, I got a staff that's 3 times as big as this just to try to penetrate, to go through, to get anything done. This place gets something done. You got a great process, and the place is a model.
Thank you.
Any bigger.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
Anybody else from the public wish to address this item? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
You need a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the roll, please.
Councilmember Beaverland?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Miller?
Aye.
Councilmember McGee?
Aye.
Councilmember Norris? Mayor Beavis?
Aye.
Second and final reading of ordinance 2013-11, establishing zoning for recently annexed West Oldsmar properties from County R4 to City R3 is passed with 5 votes for and 0 against.
Last item under City Attorney, second reading and public hearing of ordinance 2013-12. I'll read that by title only. Ordinance 2013-12, an ordinance declaring the intention of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, to annex a parcel of real property located in Section 22, Township 28 South, Range 16 East, further described as 3137 Huron Avenue, into the corporate limits of the City of Oldsmar, providing for the effective date of this ordinance. That was the second and final reading of ordinance 2013-12 by title only.
Thank you so much. This is a public hearing. Staff wish to make any comments? Nothing. Anybody from the public wish to address this item? Hearing no one, I will seek no one. I will close the public hearing. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
I need a second.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Beaverland?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Miller?
Aye.
Councilmember McGee?
Aye.
Councilmember Norris? Mayor Beavis?
Aye.
Second and final reading of ordinance 2013-12, annexing 3137 Huron Avenue into corporate limits of Oldsmar is passed with 5 votes for and 0 against.
Anything else?
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. City Manager.
Wait, you want to go for the,
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
realize there. Okay, we can do that. We'll go ahead and do the Council Manager Award.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Ms. McGee is going to do that.
all y'all go up.
Don and Jeff, get up there with her. Go on. Look who's here. Marco's here.
So it is truly an honor for me tonight to present my first Council Manager Award to Dorothy Larson, not only because she is so deserving, but because she's also a great friend. Let me give you this award, Dorothy. Council Manager Award of Recognition presented to Dorothy Larson, May 2013. Who do you have up here tonight with you?
I have my daughter, Dawn Olson. My oldest daughter, Dawn Olson, and I have my son-in-law, Jeff Haberman, is my youngest daughter's husband, and my youngest daughter couldn't be here. She's on business in New York.
Well, I apologize, I'm going to read, but I want to get it right for you. Those of you that are lucky enough to know Dorothy know that she is dependable, always giving of her time for this city, and always without expecting recognition. Dorothy's list of activities in this city could be as long as a scroll, but I did want to take a moment to highlight just a few. In 1999, Dorothy moved to Oldsmar. She quickly joined the Top of the Bay Garden Club, where she participated on the awards committee. She served as vice president from 2008 until 2010, and many of the women from the Garden Club are still her best friends to this day. After her mother passed away in 2002, she joined the AARP Foundation to stay busy. They put her to work at the Oldsmar Library, shelving books, where she still works today. In 2003, when the Oldsmar Historical Society was established, she loved the opportunity to better understand her community and its history. She has served as recording secretary for 3 years now. The highlight of her participation was the establishment of the museum. As a member of the Historical Society myself, I can tell you that Dorothy is always downstairs volunteering her time in the museum, not only on nights like tonight for the council meetings, but also including weekends when we have special events and we do historical walks on Saturdays. She's always there helping and volunteering. I wanted to share a quote with you from Jerry Antozzi, former president of the Oldsmar Historical Society, about Dorothy.
Dorothy Larson is a very special lady who has an interest in her community. You can always count on Dorothy if she says she will do something. The Oldsmar Historical Society members love Dorothy's enthusiasm to promote the Society's mission to preserve and promote the history of Oldsmar. She has been a charter member since 2003, and she is currently our secretary. On the evenings of our city council meetings, you will find Dorothy volunteering at the Oldsmar Historical Society Museum. Now, I'm sure that you're honored to receive this award, but I can't tell you how honored I am to present it to you. And I just want to thank you for everything you do for this community, and thank you for being a wonderful friend.
I would like to thank the City Council and the City Manager for this recognition for these volunteer organizations that serve the city and provide fellowship and fun for the volunteers as well. And we do need more volunteers to serve better, particularly for the Historical Society, to meet and greet the visitors to the museum. Well, thank you again so much.
That's exactly why we love you. Just gave a pitch.
Shameless
Stay up
plug.
here, we'll take a picture real quick.
Gabby, I want to warn everybody before you touch anything, she will make you wear white gloves.
Not in front of her face.
Wait, whoa.
Everybody. We need everybody in there.
Behind you. There's a picture. No.
She'll take it with her camera. Kathy will take it with your camera.
Okay, you're fine, I think.
Kathy only charges $5 a photo.
Kathy, can you take one with Jeff's camera? One more time. You have to put this in the Historical Society, you know.
Protected. This is nice. Protection. You know, did these.
Good.
Congratulations. And now we'll pick up with our city
I hate to
manager.
run, Mayor, but I'm taking them to dinner now.
All right, you're
Good for
excused.
you.
Set that thing right on the table when you go in there.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item, 12, is a public hearing and consideration of the Hayes Park Cottages Development Agreement. The first public hearing was at the last meeting on May 7th. At the conclusion of the public hearing this evening, Mayor, I would ask the council to postpone the vote on the development agreement until June 18th. We still have some issues, legal issues and language that we're working out with Mr. View's attorney. But this is an advertised public hearing, so at the conclusion of the public hearing, then that would be my recommendation. It be postponed to June 18th.
I'm fine with that. I'd rather have everything worked out,
Do
so.
we still have to have the public hearing?
Yes,
or-
it's been advertised.
Oh, I see. Okay, yes, you're right. Okay.
So just get comment? This is a public hearing. Anything from staff at this point? No? Anything from the public for or against this item? Seeing no one, I will close the public hearing. I need a motion to postpone.
So moved.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Nope.
Not I.
Hearing no discussion, call the roll, please.
Oh, call the roll. Councilmember Beverland?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Miller?
Aye.
Councilmember Mickey?
Aye.
Councilmember Norris?
Yes.
Mayor Beavis?
Aye.
And so the Hayes Park Agreement, second public hearing has been rescheduled for the June 18th City Council meeting.
Thank you. Mayor and council, the next item, approve agreement with BGV Limited for sale and purchase of 3.32 acres located at the intersection of Forest Lakes Boulevard and Pine Avenue North. This is property the city has owned for a number of years. The purchaser, BGV Limited, intends to develop this property as a townhome project. They also have under contract about 9 acres at the north end of Pine Avenue, currently owned by Fresh Start Church.
Oh.
It's under contract to this same group. Their intent is to develop a townhome project on both parcels. It will be the same project in essence, although the parcels are not contiguous. The portion that's 3.3 acres that the city owns will have 20-something units on it. The parcel that they are acquiring from Fresh Start Church will have 50-something units on it. The contract before you this evening, the sale price is $525,000. It has a 180-day due diligence period, during which time the buyer and developer would be obtaining, they'll need a rezoning on the 3.3 acres. They'll need a land use amendment and rezoning on the Fresh Start Church property. And of course, they need to get a site plan approved also. So the 180 days is to allow them to go through those procedures and processes on the project. Tonight, you would be approving the contract to sell the 3.3 acres. You're not approving the project or anything like that. I do recommend that your approval of the contract for the sale of 3.32 acres to BGV Limited in the amount of $525,000.
And you said we're getting it for 25 over the appraised value, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
Is there an,
And we didn't pay that much for it.
is there an escrow amount that,
Big money.
good faith money that they have that they risk if they don't meet their obligations?
It's $5,000, and then there's an additional escrow deposit of $10,000 more. So they'd have a total escrow of $15,000.
I just thought of that after our meeting. I think it's great. I think more, this is something we've been trying to do, is get some more development. I think it's encouraging,
there.
but with the projects that we have, I think it fits up in that area. So
Absolutely.
Can I offer some history?
I need a motion to approve. Need a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Wait a minute, well,
Those opposed? Passes
Whoa,
5.
whoa, I got some,
Oh, comment? Go
Wants
ahead.
history. He wants to add his
Want some
history.
discussion?
I gotta forget. Yeah, I always forget. You.
I got some history on this.
Oh. Sorry.
This piece of land didn't belong to us. It belonged to the owner of Cypress Lakes Industrial Park. And it was zoned for a 7-Eleven or a convenience store. And I was mayor at the time, and I made a promise that a convenience store would never go there. So what we did through the city manager and some negotiation and wiggling around, we actually, I don't think we paid anything for that piece of land. What we did is we traded for it, if you remember. Part of it was a right-of-way, part of it was the signage for the, behind the,
The subdivision.
no. What's that restaurant on the corner of Pine Avenue, the
Steak and Shake?
shape?
Oh,
Bacon
over
shack.
there. Oh.
And that particular land behind it, and some land on the across the street. So what we did to keep that from becoming a 7-Eleven or a convenience store, we negotiated a trade, and that's how we saved that piece of land, not becoming a convenience store or some kind of thing like that. That's the history behind it. So we traded for all that. I don't think we paid any money, did we, Bruce?
I think we did. I think it was a property swap, and we paid some money.
We could have, but it was it worked out.
Minimal.
It worked out for both parties.
So to get $500,000 for it now, it's good.
So
Yeah.
so somebody may say at one time that the reason why I did that is that I made the promise, as long as I was mayor, in fact, as long as I was on council, it would never become a convenience store.
Yeah. And you could see that would fit, that they would want to put that in there. So I think that's,
Well, that's exactly,
Oh, yeah.
oh, yeah.
he had, back at that time, he had inquiries, but
It screams of that.
Yeah, it does, it does.
that is the history of that piece of property. Plus the fact, the road actually ran behind it. And that was, the county gave that up and gave it to the city. Am I right on that one?
That's right.
Okay, so that made the property even bigger and more valuable. Okay? That's that.
Thank you.
How did you feel about did you vote? You didn't vote on this, did you?
Yeah, I think we need to, we have a motion and a second.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye. I wasn't sure if
Glad somebody's.
we kind of, I didn't hear if he said anything, so that's fine. Passes 5-0, thank you.
He doesn't want to listen to me anyway.
I know, I want to make sure you were heard.
Thank you. Mayor and council, the next item, approved contract to purchase 3 vacant lots at the northwest corner of State Street and Washington Avenue. This is just down the street. This property was not owned by Goodrich, so when that was acquired last December, these 3 lots were not included. It's a vacant property. It previously had a structure on it that was probably demolished, I'm going to guess 10 years ago or so. The contract is for $207,000, which was the appraised price for this property. It's in the Town Center Commercial Residential District in the CRA.
Market should have kept it.
And I think to see the type of redevelopment that we would like to have of the Goodrich property, that it's necessary to include this corner. So that would put all of the property under the city or the CRA's ownership, other than the small strip center there at the north end of Fairfield. So if you have any questions or comments, I'd be happy to respond to those. I recommend approval of the contract to purchase the 3 vacant lots at the northwest corner of State Street and Washington Avenue. The seller is trust number 2501, Diana Lannon, trustee.
I would like to just say one thing. I have been praying for this.
Let's go ahead. I need a motion to approve.
You got it.
I need a second.
Second.
Do we have any history?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
It used to be the graven image. It's all about the graven image.
That's what
But before you say, I just think that with us going forward with the Market Square, this to me,
is incredible.
this, well, and if we don't do it, it could really be a bust, because something could go there that would be compatible but not yet compatible.
One time they were asking a lot more money for it.
Okay, go ahead with your history.
Oh, yeah.
And at one time it was a house, and then it became a real estate agency, and then it became a real estate agency and an antique store. And Orkin Rogers owned it. She should have kept it. Anyway, I'm
Good.
finished.
I got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? I think it's great. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor and council, the next item, consider resolution 2013-10, renewing street sweeping agreement with the Florida Department of Transportation. This is an annual agreement we have with the FDOT. The city provides street sweeping on the state roads within the city limits. I'll read the resolution by title only. This is a resolution of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, authorizing the city manager to execute a renewal of the FDOT roadway sweeping maintenance agreement between the State of Florida Department of Transportation District 7, an agency of the State of Florida, and the City of Oldsmar, Florida, a municipal corporation, authorizing the city to continue to perform mechanical vacuum roadway sweeping services on the state highways located within the city limits and providing for an effective date hereof. That's the reading of Resolution 2013-10 by title only. I recommend its adoption. The city receives just over $12,000, $12,600 a year for providing these services to FDOT.
How many years have we done this with them? Roughly?
6, 7, 8, I guess.
Good. I think it's good. I need a motion to approve Resolution 2013-10.
So moved.
I need a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Passes 5-0.
Any history on
I was going to ask, but
that? Or is that why you were asking about how long have we been
I
doing
could
it?
ask Melanie how many years we've been doing it, but I got a feeling she might not really know.
6 to 8.
take that, because we can't,
Backing up the boss.
yeah, we can't challenge you on it, so we'll take that. Anything else?
That's all I have tonight, thank you.
City clerk?
Nothing tonight?
No, or did you take this off already? About the regional planning council?
That's
Where am I
Not there yet.
you're not there yet?
Yeah, we took it off.
Catch up with us. Catch up with
Wait
us.
a minute.
Get your WWW in order over there. Next, we're on the city council. You ready for this? Consider resolution 2013 supporting state funding for regional planning councils.
That's what mine is.
Well, don't pay attention to that, pay attention to that.
We just did that one.
Well, you're
The
getting up
street
to, you're
sweeping.
getting up too often.
Okay. Item 16. It's there. We're on it, Janice.
Janice, this is yours. Run with it.
Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
what I'm saying. Okay, actually,
He
He needs to read it first.
Okay. Resolution 2013-11, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, in support of restoring and maintaining future state funding for the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council, providing for an effective date. That was a reading of Resolution 2013-11 by title only.
it's a non-starter. That's where I was trying to go with this.
Don't read that, just make a motion.
Yesterday we received word from the governor's office that RPC funding will be vetoed. We want to thank the cities and counties that were able to send a resolution of support for those that were in the process of taking to your boards. There is no need at this point in time. Thank you.
Did he veto it?
So from what
He did veto it?
It didn't sound-
he's going to be, he's already said he would veto it.
Hasn't yet,
This
though.
is the third
I'm not sure he
year
vetoed it
in
yet,
a
did
row.
He vetoed a lot of things.
He
I
vetoed a
saw
lot
today.
of them. I don't know about that one.
Well,
When is
they
that
wouldn't have
dated?
sent me this if they didn't know.
Yeah.
And,
We need
because I just
action.
got it today. So,
Any action needed?
Well, we need to find out if there's going to be a motion.
Well, that's true.
there doesn't need to be a motion, does there?
Oh,
You may have a council member or two that may want to go ahead and do it because of the fact that the governor may not actually veto it, and you may want to take that proactive step. That's the only thing.
Oh,
I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to approve it, correct?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess
Doesn't hurt to
so.
approve it. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Need a second. Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. The next item is schedule the council planning conference, and our proposed dates are,
Thursday, June 13th,
that's a pretty
9
good.
a.m. to 4 p.m., Brooker Creek Preserve Environmental Education Center.
And Vice Mayor Miller,
Able to sit that long, Janice?
well, that's,
No
well,
way.
There's no way.
she's
no
already
way.
asked that she was going to do this, so do we want to push it?
Can we push that to July too?
Can we get a July date for that as well as the other?
I mean, it's not like.
I would
the
rather
world's
too,
gonna-
because I'm gonna not be in.
So should we
Oldsmar
postpone
on
it
it.
to June 4th?
No, it's got to be into July for Janice.
But I mean, the.
Oh, yeah. Well, they'll come back with a date.
Um,
Come back with a date for us when everybody looks at the calendar, because we've got to coordinate it with our speaker, so.
Who's our
I could
speaker
give
gonna
you
be?
some possibilities.
Okay.
This, you want me to give you possibilities for that work session as well as this, or just?
Market
the-
Square.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have them.
Yeah, what are you gonna do first?
Market Square?
Work session?
Work session on Market Square,
Okay.
Tuesday, July 9th.
And that would be at 4?
I'm good with that.
Yes.
I could do that.
That's at 4 PM?
Yep, I can do that.
I can do that.
Right
as
up
well.
here, right?
Yes.
Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can,
Are we gonna
can
book
we go ahead
that?
and schedule that now? or-
I'm good with it.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
So that would be Tuesday, July 9th, 4 PM, the council work session room, which is right
Square,
here.
and that's set.
I pretty much keep Tuesdays open anyway because of these things. Okay, and then,
Then the council planning conference, and I'm not sure about these. So the possibilities would be Thursday, July 18th, Friday, July 19th.
no Tuesdays?
Tuesday, July 23rd.
Wait.
I think, I mean, I would, if I was going to choose, I would say the 18th, just because what I mentioned to Bruce yesterday is July Cisco's year end. So the further into July,
18th,
I get, the
19th?
harder it is for me to.
18,
Oh,
And what?
18, 19, or 23.
And my
oh.
job.
What day do you want it then, honey?
I would prefer the 18th if that works for
The 18th?
everybody.
And
Well, I
it's a
need to
Thursday?
check. I can't say yes, but I can.
It's a
We need to
Thursday.
confirm with our speaker, correct, as well, on that?
Okay.
I like Tuesdays, to be honest, but
Yeah, because you kind
I like
of,
Tuesdays
but I don't
too.
want, then,
if that conflicts with you, I'm fine with I think I'm fine with the
And if
18th.
there was an earlier Tuesday, we could do it in July.
oh, you want it earlier Tuesday?
The last 2 weeks of July.
Well, we have council,
Ah.
It's a
okay.
year end, so
Oh,
I'm so busy.
okay, well,
well, we have council meeting the Tuesday before, that.
We can't do it.
Yeah,
Then that's
I don't
too
wanna
much.
do that.
no,
I'm fine with Thursday, the 18th, if that works.
Hey,
I'd rather not do it on a Friday because I think
I'd rather not do it on a Friday as well.
I think we lose everybody's attention.
So potentially July 18th.
So potentially Thursday, the 18th. Is that okay for you?
Will you, somebody will confirm that with everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That works for
All right, 18th.
Yeah, I've got to confirm it myself.
What time?
It's 9 to 4.
9 to 4, that's our,
At Brooker Creek.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh, we're going same place, okay.
Okay, so we'll get back on that. The next item, approve excused absence for Vice Mayor Miller.
Got it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Glad you're feeling better.
Did you watch the recording?
It cut off at the end when we said, yes, it did. It cut off when we,
We gave you well wishes.
but we're,
I didn't even see it at
I
all.
want her to know what I said.
You said good.
No,
I'm glad she's gone.
Kinda.
I said, Janice, take a lesson from this. We got out early.
Oh, yeah, that's what Doug
Yeah.
said too.
and now that Jerry's giving us history lessons, we'll get out late, so.
See?
Next item on the agenda is council comments, and we'll start with the historian, Mr. Jerry Bieberlin.
Has anybody noticed the orange bicycles?
Yep.
Yes, what's that all about?
Well, we found out what it is. It's advertisement of some gym or
Orange
something over
Fitness,
in West Chase. Just want to remind everybody about the Memorial Day services.
Yeah.
And that's a great day. And just thank you all who you are.
Whoa, wow, that was short.
I know, it's only 7:55.
Are you going to reserve right to readdress or anything like that? Vice Mayor Miller.
Okay, thank you. Actually, no, I just,
That's good enough.
I just want to say, our hearts go out to the people in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Other than that, no, I hope everybody attends the Memorial Day thing. That's it.
Thank you. Ms. Norris.
I would like to second what Vice Mayor Miller said about Oklahoma. It's tragic, and we never know whether it's going to be our town or any town across the country, so we really don't. And my biggest news is that I got my electric car. It's plugged in outside right now. I'm going to get...
Doing test rides, if anyone wants.
Anybody y'all can drive it if you want. Thanks to Al, I didn't have my little card, so he gave me a little swipe of $1 because it costs $1 to charge it up to 100 miles. So I get 100 miles for $1. It's 100% electric. It is not a hybrid. The range is, they say, 100 miles. But anyway, I'm all excited about it, and if anybody wants to, know any more about it, we do have NovaCharge, which is the national company that does the charging stations all over the country, and their headquarters is right here in Oldsmar. So they do installation and everything of the charging stations at your home, so that makes it easy. And I'm just really excited about it.
I got a question. I know they had discussed at one time, I don't want to say the danger, but for lack of a better term, of the cars that make no noise. Does it make any noise at all?
It makes a fake noise.
That's what I mean.
You can make it make a noise, and it sounds like it's an engine going at lower
Right.
speed, so that, I want the fake noise because I don't want to be in a parking lot with kids or anything. I
Or
want
visually
people to hear-
impaired, somebody, that is listening for something. That was their
Exactly.
concern. so.
Yeah, so there is a
What they
fake.
do is they blow up.
No. And the battery, a lot of people have asked me a lot of questions as to, well, what about the energy that it takes to blah, 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 everything. So it does take energy in order to make the electricity, but the carbon footprint of the electricity that is made in a coal plant is a lot less, number one. And then the carbon footprint is over with at that point, because then it's all electricity. There's no emissions. The batteries, they say, oh, well, the batteries are bad, and, what are you going to do, bury them and, nuke the whole blah, blah, blah. They are now taking batteries and they're recycling them, and they're using them to power solar power structures. So they're recycling the batteries now and making different things with them. So I know there's a lot of arguments against electric cars, but if you inform yourself and look into it, you will see that and they're not that expensive. And next year will be the year of the electric car. Mercedes, BMW, Volkswagen, a lot of people are all coming out with them next year. So what that means is all the prices are going to come down.
And Linda's gonna get an upgrade.
In 3 years, I'll get an upgrade. I couldn't wait till next year. I had to get mine. So if anybody has any questions, call me, email me, and I will be more than happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember McGee.
I had two things. Last week, I was able to have my council orientation, so I got to spend about 8 hours with Bruce. Thursday and Friday, and visit with all the different department heads and city staff. And I got to tour the reclaimed water facility, and I got to see the trails coming along. You know, Lynn Reeves took us through the trails. The trails really are neat,
Yeah.
especially the one off of Forest Lakes. I'm really excited for that to get complete and actually use it. So I just wanted to thank everyone for showing me around, and for Bruce for being a wonderful escort. We know each other very well now.
Snakes out there?
No, Bruce was telling me a story about he saw some otters recently over there behind East Lake Oaks.
Well, the last time I was out there, a huge snake went across the.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. Don't tell me where you saw that, because I may never go there again. And the last thing was, I will be on vacation on Thursday for 8 days, and so I just wanted to apologize that I will not be at the Freedom Fest or the Memorial Day services on Monday, but I'll be thinking about everyone. Not too much, though. I will be in Peru.
Yeah.
But good for you. But just wanted to mention, my absence at the Memorial Day services. Thank you.
Thank you. This is probably the most I've ever had in all the years I've been on council. First thing I noticed today, I'd like to welcome Safety Harbor to our video channel. We did approve that a month or two ago, and they've decided to pull the trigger on that. And so if you're a resident in the city of Oldsmar, you'll be seeing news from Safety Harbor, and their council meeting's starting soon, correct? Is that right?
Yeah, starting soon.
Okay. Again, Freedom Fest this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a great event if you've never been there. It actually is great because it is motorcycle-based, and those events really bring people to our city. Oldsmar Days and Oktoberfest bring a lot more local people, but this really does bring people from all over the county. So it's great to get some great exposure for that. It was neat. Governor Scott came to town. Anytime you get a chance to have the governor, whether you're Republican or Democrat, if the governor can come to your city and you can get exposure, that way it was great. We were at Brycoat Manufacturing, and then Friday he signed the bill over in Hillsborough County. So it was neat to kind of be a part of that. Our chamber actually got kudos from the state chamber. So that was really nice. I went today to Oldsmar Elementary, which was fun to get to talk to. Actually, they're volunteers there. Meet the principal. He misspoke. I am now the mayor of Oldsmar Elementary, as he introduced me. So I got a new title. Recently, we had 50 Greater Tampa Bay business owners and managers with reps from the U.S. Green Building Council. And this is kind of what we talked about when we were going green and deciding about going green with this building, that this is probably what was going to happen. And they toured our RO plant and the building here, and nothing but great things to say about it. So that was neat. I do want to have a change of dress code for our next meeting because we will be getting our silver level designation. Yeah. So, Tom, you got to wear a tie if you don't mind. Whatever. And then lastly, I do want to say not lastly, but thoughts and prayers again to Oklahoma and all the people out there. I actually had a story today that I heard. I sell real estate, and our receptionist up front's daughter has had a lifelong friend that literally bought a house in the city of Moore or moved into it last week, and it's gone today.
Oh, no.
So,
is she okay?
They're okay. Coincidentally, they lived in a trailer on the outskirts of town. They bought the house. Dad moved into the trailer. Now they're all back in the trailer. She doesn't even have shoes. She's not the only one, but it's something that, we heard, and, literally moved in last week and it's gone. So, and then lastly, I want to just say this, and I've kind of addressed the council from the reverse side of this as, kind of being fun and cutting up, but definitely Monday is a serious event. To remember those that passed and gave their life for us, different than the Veterans Day celebration. So we just want to make sure that we honor them with dignity and pride in everything that we do out there that day. So having said that, I don't have anything else. I need a motion to approve the, yes, sir.
I think Jerry has one of the pins that the governor signed. Yes, I do. The governor gave him one of the pins.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was neat. I remember when we did that.
From signing the bill. That's nice.
I think Jerry should donate it to the city.
I did get a letter from him. He sent did you get a card?
It was a little cheap Sharpie.
Yeah, stamped, yeah. So,
Just based off of what you're talking about with Memorial, Craig and Tony, they're actually opening their own barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Next month on Tarpon Springs in the what used to be the little market right there before you get to all the churches when you're when you're headed up towards US 19 on the left-hand side. They're opening it in June. I don't know the exact day, but it's going to be Frankie's Patriot Barbecue. He bought a big red smoker, and
That's awesome.
we're going to have barbecue. So I just want to let everyone know, you know, because Craig and Tony,
Yeah,
just wonderful people.
yep,
so.
they are wonderful people. Thank you. Having nothing else, I need a motion to approve the June 4th agenda. In a second. Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Meeting over.